Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. So let's get into this. We're going to do a general spread, see what's going on in your world. I was just thinking, I was called to do Capricorn next, and I'm honestly trying to think. I've been reading for like 10 years. Through YouTube, I don't think I've read for one Capricorn. Like literally, I was just trying to think that. I'm like who? I can't think of one. I mean, I have a cousin that's a Capricorn. I've read for her, more like for fun. I'm trying to think other Capricorns I read for. I just don't really like get the requests. So maybe I feel like there's a lot of self-sufficiency, or maybe just like general reading's enough. A little guidance, a little bump is enough. I'm curious though, what's been going on if you get personal readings? I'm curious. I was just having that, I never ever thought of it before, and I can't remember the last time I read for a Capricorn, like one-on-one. So strange. Guys, I've been doing this for so long. Like a lot of readings I've done over the years. Okay, messages for Capricorn. So as I was shuffling, the first card that I saw when I was shuffling was the King of Swords. So now you're getting the Knight of Swords. To me, this is, this is charging forward. I feel like in work, it feels like this is a very favorable year. I feel like I'm being drawn to your birthday. So again, happy birthday. But it's showing me kind of like the new vibration of the year. So numerologically, it might interest you to see what kind of year you're living in, or what kind of frequency you're living in if you kind of subscribe to that. But to me, this feels like charging forward, especially this month. I mean, we have no planets retrograde. It just feels like a very active month, and it feels like a wonderful month to kind of take responsibility, to have a lot of forward action. So it's like, it's like setting yourself up for success. Set your alarm clock early, go to bed late, take care of yourself, eat the good foods, find that emotional equilibrium, however you need to go about it. But I just feel like this is the month where it's like it's go time. I feel like you could be like really doing well in your business. I feel like also like excited about it. If you own a business, or in your work as well. You might be feeling like ambitious to kind of go after like an improvement of some sort, whether it's an addition to your work, whether it's some like side business, or like, kind of going up within your company if you work for somebody else. Knight of Swords. I'm being drawn to this whiteness of the horse. To me, this is like an alignment with your truth, within your highest good. I feel like there's an alignment here with that. Yeah, justice is crossed by this. Interesting. So something needs to move forward. I feel like there's sometimes an energetic imbalance, and this is why I feel like kind of getting centered, especially emotionally, finding that equilibrium. And I feel like kind of going within this month. I feel like you might try to mitigate this if you're feeling like a little bit off kilter, a little bit, I want to say like a little bit crawling in the skin. It doesn't have to be to that extreme. It just feels like a little bit, like there's a little bit of unease. And I was getting this even before I started your reading within myself, just thinking about your reading, which is interesting. I feel like it's a month of a lot of things kind of falling into place. I'm seeing like moving pieces though. So I don't know if there's some sort of change or dynamic change happening around you. And this might have to do with the family. I'm being drawn to kind of like a lightness happening in the mind space. So maybe something that took up a lot of mind space, or a little bit of extra like stress, I want to say, or just like extra attention is leaving your life this month, or kind of like reconfiguring itself in a much healthier way. I'm seeing like a return to health and balance. It just feels like it's throughout the month. It doesn't happen like immediately at the beginning of the month. Yeah, the Magician's in the position of the subconscious for me as a reader. So the magician in this position is talking about, kind of having this positive mindset about unlimited possibilities for you. I feel like specifically in your work. I feel like I want to talk about like playing a little bit. So kind of bringing possibly like new ideas into what you do, or like it's almost like new modalities or new people even. And I think this is a place where it's not like a burden. It's like something you might be interested in doing, an idea you might be interested in working on if you work for somebody else. It's like, don't be afraid of bringing things to the table that bring you more joy. And it doesn't have to necessarily have like the financial component. Like it doesn't have to completely make sense financially. Like for me, when I do a lot of different things for work, and I was just thinking today, like I would love to bring back something into my life that I love studying. It's a service that I love doing for people. I don't expect to pay a lot. I mean, it's in the kind of business of helping and healing. I don't expect it to be like, a money maker. It's just not where my heart is. It's just not where my priorities lay. Not to say that anything's bad with that, but it's like, I would love to do that. I would love to do that more. And it could be really helpful for me to connect with people some more, especially just because I moved to a new area. So this to me is similar energy where it's like, what will bring this equilibrium to, I feel like the core, the soul, the heart, and kind of looking at it from this limitless possibility. Because as you do this, like say you own your own business and you bring somebody in that adds a different dimension or element, I feel like you bring in a whole different kind of consciousness into the work that you do, a whole different, it's like a little bit of a paradigm shift. And it's like, oh, this person attracts these type of people that now align with us. So it's kind of the whole objective of everything in the universe is kind of moving this collective consciousness in a certain direction here. Wow, you have the Strength card. Look at this energy. Oof. Capricorn. So strength comes out when it's needed. So it's showing up in the past. There's something that needed your strength. So it's telling me there's essentially like kind of a build up to where you're coming to this reading this month. I mean, I definitely feel it in the universe. It's definitely this, I don't know how to describe it. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the future. I'm actually very optimistic, despite what I feel like I know what needs to happen. There needs to be a lot of change. And I have to be honest, I don't know exactly how that looks like. I think some things are gonna completely crash to the ground. And I think some things are gonna be necessarily configured. You can't, implode the entire system. This to me, when I'm looking at the strength though, I feel like there's little tweaks within you. And I feel like it's talking about, again, kind of having to get to the point where you knew exactly what you needed, or like I'm seeing like small changes, but it's almost like doing a little bit of a dance, like not wanting to step on anybody's toes, not wanting to, this is such an interesting energy. It's like trying to be smart about going about what you want to do and how to get there, essentially. It's like making changes without too much disruption. The right changes and how to go about that. You're getting the this is on the bottom of the deck, sorry. 4 of Wands. It has to do with the home and the family dynamics for a lot of you, but some of you, I mean, yes, it could be work. This is about the stability in your life. I mean, it really is the equilibrium of all things. It permeates to all aspects of life. And it's talking about, are you happy? How are you happy? How do your emotions stabilize you? I feel with this. How do your passions and desires, how are they being met and fulfilled? Even if it's in a small way, when I say passions, I feel like that's kind of a big word, but like, joys in life, excitement. Where is your excitement leading you? Even if it's just, a little flick of a spark. Like, where's that spark today? Interesting reading. There it is, the King of Swords. I felt this one definitely coming up. So going from the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords, this to me is definitely like a evolution of kind of the clarity about the direction in life. I mean, the King of Swords, I'm really I'm being drawn to the raven. It's reminding me of like the Game of Thrones. Remember that show? Of course you do. The three-eyed raven. I feel like the enlightenment, and I feel it's kind of like insight into, I'm seeing beyond the surface level of things and kind of seeing things from a bigger picture, I guess is what I want to say. I really feel like you're in a place of authority in your life. And if not, you're going to be coming into a place of authority. Your vision actually brings a lot of change. Your insight brings a lot of change for yourself and for others. I feel like you guys are natural born leaders. And I feel like as you follow your highest truth for yourself, it's like everything in your life kind of falls into place. So if there's some like loose screws kind of, just metaphorically speaking, in your life, I think it's nice to kind of have the strength to be maybe honest about it, whether it's with within you or with other people, to help get them on the path or help you get on a more aligned path. And I feel like I want to talk, I keep being drawn back to like the getting up early. I don't know if it's you, maybe it's somebody in your house needing to get up early, and I feel like needing to have the motivation to move forward. There's something about moving forward being very important this month and taking advantage of it. Again, I would go check out your astrology, but inevitably all of us are kind of in this kind of tunnel of moving forward with all things direct. Two of Cups, yeah, healing, a balance though. Look at this, black, white, intertwining, healing, the lion coming back here, the strength. It's the most loving thing to let people evolve voluntarily. That's kind of like an acronym I used for love. It's very easy to tell people like where they're wrong or where they're right, but I feel like kind of this gentle, loving nudge. And I feel like kind of this exchange of conversation, exchange of ideas, exchange of like motivation, passions, love. I would highly suggest inviting people like around you in your life that you might need to kind of, it's like, where's this justice? There's some injustice here. There's something out of balance. Invite these people or this energy into your, I feel like either psyche or into an actual conversation where there's a little bit of a play with this energy. How can I fix this? How can we do this dance where we're actually effectively changing the vibration? Because we're all kind of in this in between of the densities that are happening on the earth. Look at the Schumann resonance. It's greatly intensifying, increasing. So how can you assist this in your world and help the kind of like loose ends or the loose screws kind of all come together this month? I don't know why when I'm reading for you, I keep seeing you like being the leader. So like the leader in your life is, definitely, obviously, especially if it's just you, but even if it's not just you, I feel like there's a lot of people that look up to you. And I feel like a great leader does it in a way where it's so unnoticeable that people think they've done it all by themselves. So it's almost like this just quiet support and loving conversation, and like it's almost a little bit of a sly energy is what I'm picking up. Yeah. It's like, not like people are very aware. If somebody's going through a struggle and you see somebody that you love in your life going through a struggle, they're very aware. Just like if you see somebody like overweight, you don't need to tell them. They're very aware. What they need though is love and support, and maybe somebody to invite them like for something fun where there's, movement involved to change the energy up. The Two of Cups, it's like finding the most loving way to go about things. And this, it's interesting. It's bringing my attention to the position of this card. So for me as a reader, this is in what the universe is giving you. It's the Two of Cups. It's so definitely this energy of more balance. Those of you that are single though, I feel like it's actually a very good month for love, and it could be the King of Swords for you guys. I also feel the Magician. So there's definitely an air energy. The Magician for me is Aquarius. Strength is Leo. There's somebody here, though, I feel that is catches your attention, and I feel like it's not easy to do so. They catch your attention and your interest, especially now with so much going on. I feel like it takes a lot to catch your interest. They also might be interested in like the same kind of cosmologies as you. So maybe it's like healing techniques or just like, um, uh, yeah, cosmologies that maybe they apply to, or belief systems, or just kind of like it's like you're on the same frequency. So this might even be clients or coworkers. It's just like on the same frequency, and I'm seeing this amplifies the ability to move things forward easier when people are kind of just vibing. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. I have a random message. I feel like some of you could be getting a new car. I feel like it's a good month if you need a new car to get a new car. I'm not getting any car cards yet, but I'm seeing that's a good time. Also, I think it's a good time right now. Those of you that have like extra things around the house that are just kind of cluttering it up, take it to Goodwill, or maybe not even Goodwill, or some sort of charity, or just like putting it on Marketplace, or like just the excess, like the things that kind of add extra weight in life. It's almost like just get rid of it. That's what I'm feeling, even if it's for nothing. That's a strange message. Okay, sorry. Messages for Capricorn. What's in the position of what they need to know this month? What does Capricorn need to know this month? Ooh, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, working with people. So I feel like, again, you're kind of the leader leading the pack, but I feel like, again, it's empowering people to almost realize that nobody's leading. Like they think they come to the conclusion all on their own. I feel like, again, really good leadership, really encouraging energy here, working together to kind of go in a common direction of goodness. Some of you also, I would highly encourage, if you feel like you're being called to start something. I'm feeling this kind of myself. I'm not a Capricorn. I mean, I am, I guess, in Vedic, Capricorn moon. I feel that like you could start like a meetup group, or like a Facebook group where there's like coming together. I feel like it would be more helpful in person. Maybe you're teaching a class. Maybe people are, maybe it's even like an interest. You might start something on your own. And I also feel like seek out things that would be helpful for you. I'm almost feeling like money involved, like even like taxes, or that sounds like not my jam of a meetup group. Maybe some of you are interested in that. Or like investing. I feel like now would be a great time to really know where your money's at and invested in. Okay. Outcome energy for Capricorn. Ooh, one falling out. The Devil and the Page of Wands. So yeah, I feel like there's like a different perspective about how you've done things in the past, and how you'd kind of like to tweak things and like kind of contribute in a different way, and how you'd like to move things forward in a little bit of a different way. There's the Devil energy here, and I feel like if you have a tendency to, it's like almost like, I want to say, avoid certain things, and instead of like addressing them in a loving way, you avoid them. I would invite you to kind of be creative, Page of Wands, be creative and think of new ways about things. It's almost kind of like an analysis energy I'm getting at the outcome of this month, because I do feel like there's going to be a lot of forward movement for you, and it's going to require you to take stock of how things are going. And I feel like to be really conscious in your efforts and your movements forward. I mean, this is your energy though, the Devil. I mean, I feel like you're great at this. It's like looking at parts of me that aren't, aligned, or aren't helpful, or aren't, helping me get to where I need to go, and cutting them out. So I'm seeing like a lot of self-analysis happening this month. Be very careful with your food as well. This is an interesting message. I'm seeing like more like fat, like good fat. It's just a strange message. So like avocados, like good fat, not being afraid to like add this. I don't know why I'm seeing this, like good oils. Maybe like you're reading a label. I mean, maybe you never read labels before, and just knowing the good fat. And I feel like actually not being afraid of the good fat. I'm not saying go keto. I don't prescribe to any of that. I'm just saying there's something here about even like on the skin. I'm seeing like, I don't know if you put oil on it. I'm seeing like moisture. Such a strange message. Maybe even like castor oil or some sort of oil that you like. Make sure it's the good kind. Make sure it's like, I don't know, like cold pressed or whatever it is for you. I'm seeing also like hydrating and the oil. Something about this is so strange. Okay. 8 of Wands. Things are going to move fast this month. I feel like this month's going to be a fast month. And I feel like it's going to take time, an effort to make time, excuse me, to self-reflect and to kind of keep yourself balanced and on track this month. So make sure you carve out that time. Maybe it's in the quiet space in the morning when nobody's awake. So set that alarm early. Sorry, I keep saying salt now. So this might help you also, kind of find that balance within your body. A little bit of salt on your tongue before you drink water helps get the water into your cells. This might help moisturize your skin. Salt, though, I'm seeing like even in a bath, helping neutralize the energy. Okay. What an interesting reading. This reading was full of just, this is a fully channeled reading mostly. I feel like there's a lot of vision within you this month, a lot of awareness, and I feel like it might be difficult dealing with people that aren't kind of on your wavelength at the moment. But I want to say, don't be frustrated. Use loving, kind words. Talk about your dreams with people, or talk about their dreams, and kind of help lift their energy up slowly, instead of, getting frustrated is what I'm feeling. I feel like you're here to do the work, but I also feel like you can see things very easily, and I feel like you can be a little bit cut and dry. It might be a little bit harsh for some. Last message, have your significant other or a friend, or seek out like a trade, or maybe go to a massage parlor or something like this. I'm just seeing making sure the energy in your body's moving this month. I want to see movement. Maybe this is like getting acupuncture treatment. Maybe this is getting adjusted. Whatever it is for you, I'm just seeing like moving the body. And I'm seeing like the cold getting in. Such a strange message. So maybe a heating pad might help as well. But I literally see manipulating the muscles of the body being helpful. Like, don't let things atrophy in your life. Like, if things are getting to you and bothering you, I feel like it's almost like atrophy your muscles as well. I feel like this literally needs to be moved. Especially if you're feeling frustrated, like something's not moving. It's getting ready to. This will help as well. So you can even do yin yoga. That helps, stretch and open. And anyways, I'm rambling here. Let's get one oracle card for you guys. Let's get one oracle card for Capricorn for the month of February, please. One message for Capricorn for the month of February. One message for, too many fell. Too many. One message, please, for Capricorn. One message, please, for Capricorn. Clinging to the past. I feel like this is people around you. This might be you. I feel like it's people around you. But let's see if there's anything Capricorn needs to do. Clinging to the past. I feel like all the messages have something for us in them. Let me find this. Give me a second. All right. All right, the commentary. The figure pictured in this card is so preoccupied with clutching her box of memories that she has turned her back to the sparkling champagne glass of blessings available here and now. Her nostalgia for the past really makes her a blockhead and a beggar besides, as we can see from her patched and ragged clothes. She needn't be a beggar, of course, but she is not available to taste the pleasures that offer themselves in the present. It's time to face up to the fact that the past is gone, and any effort to repeat it is a sure way to stay stuck in old blueprints that you would have already outgrown if you hadn't been so busy clinging to what you have already been through. Take a deep breath. Put the box down. Tie it up in a pretty ribbon if you must, and bid it a fond and reverent farewell. Life is passing you by, and you're in danger of becoming an old fossil before your time. Clinging to the past. These tenses, past, present, and future, are not the tenses of time. They are tenses of the mind. That which is no longer before the mind becomes the past. That which is before the mind is the present, and that which is going to be before the mind is the future. Past is that which is no longer before you. Future is that which is no longer yet before you. And present is that which is before you and slipping out of your sight. Soon it will be the past. If you don't cling to the past because clinging to the past is absolute stupidity, it is no longer there, so you are crying for spilled milk. What is gone is gone. Don't cling to the present because it's also going to soon be gone, and it will be in the past. Don't cling to the future, hopes, imaginations, plans for the future, because tomorrow will become today and it will become yesterday. Everything is going to become yesterday. Everything is going to go out of your hands. Clinging will simply create misery. You will have to let go. This is that energy of setting your intentions and like letting them go to the wind. And I think this is a wonderful practice as well when you're praying for something or a direction. I always add at the end of mine, because if I think I know, maybe it doesn't turn out exactly as, I imagined. So I always add on, or better, I am hoping for this, or better. If there's something I'm missing, or better, or I'm open to anything here. And this is where I'm feeling like moving the body or massaging the body, especially it's like these old crystallized, like past stagnant energies. If you're feeling them, my goodness, has it been a difficult last few years for a lot of us? But if there's any residual energy here, make an effort this month to move the body, to get up early, make the extra time, clear the mind space. Don't become a blockhead here. And this is saying there's success here. Have perspective. Everything's kind of here coming to a conclusion. It's an exciting time, actually. It's a difficult time to have an optimistic viewpoint. Even more difficult to relate to people that don't have it. It's almost like we're existing on two different existences, two different dimensions. And this is what they talk about, the third dimension to the fifth dimension. I mean, these to me, it's like living through the mind versus living through the heart, living in the 3D and live, that matrix, and living in the heart, where, certain things it's almost like they wrench your heart when you're trying to relate or align with them or continue to align with them. So you're forced to change here. This is what the Strength card is here. And this is Magician. This is a new beginning. And it has to do with, I feel like, finding equilibrium and truth within yourself and cutting out old, you know, paradigms, old habits, old unhealthy things, old judgments even maybe. And being gentle with yourself. This is literally like breaking through, I mean, really having a breakthrough, breaking through this blockhead, which to me is like the Matrix. It's beautiful. All right, I think I'm going to end this here, Capricorn. I'm curious to know how it relates to your life. This is, I mean, there were some fairly specific messages in here. I'm curious if they relate to anybody. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your month. Please do subscribe. I will be back here soon with more readings, and it really helps my channel. I'm making a lot of changes in my life, so hopefully this channel helps with some of that change. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all your support over the years. I truly appreciate it. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Take care, Capricorn.